Fine. So I think let's begin straight away. So let's start with our Tableau, right? So I'm just enabling my Tableau screen now. So is the Tableau screen visible to you all? It's visible now, right? Okay, great. So let's start with bar chart straight away. So bar chart, right? So bar chart essentially, as I told you earlier also, that bar chart needs one. So let's go to the show me, and let's hover around bar chart, right? So it says that it needs zero or more dimension, and it needs one measure. So the moment I select, say, one dimension, for example, product subcategory, right, and I say product subcategory, and then I say a measure, which is a, say, profit, for example. I get to see this bar chart, right, horizontal, and we saw that how can we make it vertical, right? And I also told you that how can you create a stacked bar chart. So suppose I now take, say, ship mode, for example, and put it on the color, right? And so this is my stacked bar chart, where now you can see that uh, this is a legend. So each bar chart is stacked now, wherein the pink color represents regular air, the orange one represents express air, and the blue one represents delivery truck. Right. If I just go to show me and click the third one, which is this, then this becomes a cluster bar or a side by side bar, wherein you see that your ship mode is divided into three categories here, where so one is delivery truck, the other is express air, and the third is regular air, and corresponding to each category, you are seeing the subcategory products and their profit amount and their corresponding profits. So I'll name it as bar chart. Let's move on to the second chart, which the line chart. The line chart is always drawn with respect to time. So for a line chart, we take one order date. I've taken order date, right? And then I'm taking, say, profit, for example. Okay, and I go to show me, and I create a line. Now, this is a line chart corresponding to the year, right, and the profit. So if this point corresponds to the year 2010 and the profit in that year, and 2011 corresponds to, so this point here corresponds to the year 2011, this point corresponds to the year 2012, and this corresponds to 2013. If I carry sales amount also on the rows, now you see you have got two different charts, one corresponding to the sale amount, other corresponding to the profit amount, right? Profit. Now I can change this year order date into the year x-axis from years to months, for example, in which case I have to just click on this pill, the year order date pill, right click, and I select month. Now you'll see that there are two sets of year, quarter, month, day, and here also you have year, quarter, month, day. So the point which needs to be noted is that if I select one of these in the top, then this here, in this case, your date will be considered as a dimension, right? And if I take it here, then it will be considered as order date, as a measure, right? Continuous data. So let me show you. So if right now this year is selected, and you have a green color here, right? So this indicates that this is a measure. Now if I select this year, you see this is now converted to a dimension, and your visual also changes, and this color is blue now, right? Okay, so for here I'm just right clicking, I'm taking this year. Now I want to convert this into a month, for example, then I'll have to right click here and select the month at the bottom. Now this is my monthly chart, which represents your sales, and this is your monthly chart, which represents profit. So these are two different charts which we are getting now, having different scales. So this is from 0k to 600k, this is from 0 to 300k. Similarly, if I take, say, cost amount also on the rows area, I get three charts, one for cost amount, one for sale amount, and one for profit. This is one way of making a chart. There's one more option of a line chart wherein, so I want to see cost amount, sales amount, and profit all on the same graph. Right now there are three distinct graphs. So if I have to create them as a single, let's do that. So I'm just renaming this as a line chart, right? This is a normal line chart which gets reflected on the respective different graphs. Each graph has one line. So I'm naming it line chart 1. So, okay, so I'm going to the new sheet now, wherein I'm saying multi-line chart. So multi-line chart would mean that we are trying to create all the measures, show measures in single graph. So let's see how we do that. For this also, let's take order date in the x-axis, and we take this category, say product. I take the measure, say profit in the columns. So then I take measure names in filter. I want to create the graph only for, say, cost amount, count. So I'm showing you how you create a multiple line chart. So the first step is I'm creating a filter. I am removing this profit from here. So the first step is I've created this, I've dragged this date, and I've taken measure names into filter. I've chosen, if I see the edit filter, I've taken cost amount, profit, and sales amount as the filter. And then I drag measure values into the columns, and I click on line chart. You're getting three distinct line charts. There's one error which I've done. Okay, I'm repeating it again. So I take measure names into filter. I take three variables for which I have to create the chart. I drag measure values into the columns. Okay, and then I drag measure names into color. And I then swap this. So I'm getting, now, did you notice the difference? Okay, I'm getting three different lines on the same chart. I can convert this into a monthly chart. So I just take month. Now this is monthly chart. So this sale amount, blue is corresponding to the sale amount. Your orange is corresponding to the cost amount, and your sale amount is your this blue, and this red one is a profit. Okay, so the difference here is, did you notice the difference? The earlier chart which I created was, there were three distinct charts corresponding to cost amount, sales amount, and profit. This particular chart which we have created on one single chart, on the x-axis it's representing the month, and on the y-axis it's representing the year. I can choose to format. So right now it's showing me April, it's only showing me the month. So I can format the x-axis here. I go to the month order, I do the format. It gives me the format here, right? Default. So I'm choose this date. So I should format, instead of this March, I'm doing custom. So let me show you the date. How do you MMM? And I say Y. So I was just showing you the date again. So date, I've changed the format, right? Now it's February 209, August 209, February 2010, right? Earlier it was just showing you month. So let me show you once more how do you create this. I'm going to a new sheet. Now I want to create a multi-line chart. So I'll need a date. I'm carrying a date field, right? And I'm converting it into, so whenever you create a line chart, you should convert this date into a continuous chart. So I've changed it to continuous. I've changed it to green color, right? I can change it to green month. So now I want to do it month-wise. So then I drag measure names to filter, and I select the lines which I want to see. So I want to see the cost amount line, I want to see the profit line, I want to see the sale amount line, and I say apply. So measure names are sorted. Now I have to drag this measure values into the columns. Okay, this is what I get. The next step is I drag the measure name into colors. So I get these three lines. I'll just swap this, and this is how you get multi-line. So the first step is you take measure names, create a filter, Then you drag measure values to the columns, so you get the values there. And the third step is that you drag measure name into the color box, into the color, and it will create three different lines on the same chart. So one option we let me repeat, Subhashiri. So just follow these steps. So drag order date to your columns, to rows. Drag order date to your rows. Drag measure names to your filter and select whatever values you want to create line for. So I've selected 3. You can select 2, 3, 4, whatever. So select any given amount of measures, as many lines as you want to see together. So here we are selecting cost amount, profit, and sale amount. Apply, OK. Then you go to this measure values, drag it to your columns, and then you take these measure names and put it on the color. And if it's not oriented properly, just swap this from here. Now, if you want to change the format of the x-axis, so you go to format of x-axis, format, and you'll get this window. I choose custom. I just change it to say MMM Y, right? So x-axis labels has changed. One more option we have here is with respect to the trend line. So if I just go to this display area, I get this option of trend line. I say show trend lines. Now you can see that it has given you a trend line, right? A blue trend line, orange trend line, and a pink red trend line. So this is indicating the trend, right? It's a positive trend. So your sales has a positive trend, your profit has a positive trend, and so does your cost amount has a positive trend. So trend line is usually over a more than a year you can draw a trend line, right? And the trend line tells you the overall orientation. Can you show the trend line? Okay, so just right click on the display area with respect to trend line, and you get these trend lines. And with respect to the format, okay, you get this window. Now this is a scale and title. So this is where you can change the title. Okay, you can format the title. This is where you can change the scale. So here I'm just changing the, what we have done is I've just changed the format of the date, the way it's depicting, right? So I go to custom. I can choose any of with these formats if that works, but I'm going to custom and I'm selecting, I'm mentioning MMM, this format I'm saying. So MMM stands for month and YYY stands for year. So I'm saying that your month should reflect in 3 alphabets and year should reflect in 4 numeric. So it has changed the format here. Okay, so if you want to just look at more format options, go to order date, right click, you have this format option. Okay, let's bear with this format only. Okay, so this format which we have on the left side. Is this line, multi-line thing clear? And you know it's looking different from say conventional line. So this is one way of creating a line chart. This is the other way of creating a line chart, right? Now I'm moving on to the next visual, which is area chart. For the area chart, okay, the first step for creating area chart is a multi-line. So let's create a new multi-line. So I'm saying order date. I'm saying say profit. So I'm saying my year names. Let's only take say 2 for example. I'm just taking a profit and sale amount, and I'm saying apply. Then we are dragging this measure values to the columns, and then I'm dropping measure names to the color. Okay, I get 2 lines. I swap this and I get a 2-line chart. Okay, now create a area chart for this. Go to your show me section and just click on this area chart. This is a separate area chart which you get. Now to create a area chart like this, I'm creating a new sheet. I'm creating a multi-line chart, converting this into year, and I'm taking measure name into filters. I'm collecting these 3 values, apply. I'm dragging your measure values to columns. Then you measure names to color, and I get these 3 lines, right? I convert this into month. So I go to, let's use this only for the time being. Let's first draw a multi-line, right? So this is your date. This is your measure name, right? I'm taking, okay, use mark area, profit, measure values, measure names to color, and 3. then area. Okay, let me show you this. I change it to, let's do it again, right? So it's from a multi-line chart only, right? The only difference is that it has created three different lines and now it has shaded the area in between, right? Is the area chart clear to you in terms of how it looks, right? Let me show this to you again, step by step. The first step is, let's create a multi-line. So I'm doing it again just so that there's no ambiguity. So for multi-line, I'm taking order date. I'm putting it in rows, right? Then I'm taking, now the point is that here I should always take measure name. Whenever I'm creating a multi-line, I'll always take measure name root. So I take measure name, I create a filter, apply. Now I drag measure values to columns, okay, and measure names to colors. I get this multi-line chart. Now I don't have to go to show me area, so that was a mistake which I was doing. So you have to go to this marks area. You have to convert this. You have to, in the marks area, you have this automatic. You change this to area. Okay. So this becomes your area chart. Now if I go to this year order date, I right click and I select this year. Now this has become a continuous line. So that is why it's earlier it was showing you as discrete. So if I go here and I choose month here, now it's showing me a month wise area chart. So this orange corresponds to cost, pink corresponds to profit, and sale amount corresponds to. So you have to make a note of this, that you have to first create a multi-line chart and then change it to area chart from marks area. So that's more better way of doing it. Just from the marks area, you just change. It will be automatic. You change it to area, and it will come. It will be shown as an area chart. Now you can format your x-axis, right? Edit axis. Okay, and you can say that you want it to be fixed. You can change the title of the, say only months. Okay, month and year, and I can also show the ticks. So I can go to tick marks. I can show fixed, and I say automatic, right? And just deselect this, just close this, and now I change the format. So there are two things: edit axis and edit format label. Okay, custom. Now your date has changed. Okay, so this is March, this is June, so that way. So this is what is called a line chart. So this is what is called an area chart. I'm moving on to the next graph. Let's do these ones now. So I'm just selecting one category, product subcategory, and I'm selecting, say, profit. So it's straight away giving me this bar chart, right? But if I select this heat map, so it also says one or more dimension, one or two measure. If I put this subcategory into color, then I'm getting different. The way this works is heat map, size of this each square is corresponding to the value. So say for example, the largest one is corresponding to 1455433. Okay. The lowest one is, say, 9636, which is rubber bands. Okay, the only thing is it has converted the values into the squares, and the square size is representing the value, and the color is representing the different product category. Okay, so this becomes your heat map. I am again taking the same parameters, product subcategory and sale amount. Then I am selecting this highlight table. Now you see it has converted into highlight table wherein you are dark. So this is a color legend. So your darker the color, more dark the color, it represents the higher values, and lighter ones are the small values. More strong the color, more strong the value. Okay, so this is what is called the highlight map. I'm going to a new sheet now. I'm selecting the same parameters, product subcategory, and I'm selecting, say, so let me select profit this time. I go to show me, and I want to create, say, this is your tree map. Why is it called a tree map? Because it's like inverted tree, right? So the way it gets organized is that it's showing you the highest, the size of this box is highest. So which means the profit, this particular thing represents the highest profit, and this particular thing represents the minimum profit. Okay, so it has segregated, it has arranged itself in terms of the profit and different sub item subcategory, right? And okay, so if you want to see the sales value also, so we are showing the profit, right? So profit and drag it to label. Take profit and drag it to label. You will also be able to see the profit here. If you want to change the colors, so color legend, so go to the color legend filter on the right side, say edit colors. Right now it's automatic, it's a default color. So let me change it to red, green, white, diverging, for example, right? I'm selecting this color. I say apply. Okay. Now tree map is representing, so this the color has changed. So each color, now the color legend, this is explanation. So the dark most green corresponds to the highest value, and the redmost one corresponds to the lowest value, and other values are shaded as we've seen. So the advantage of tree map is that it automatically arranges itself in terms of the descending order, where highest value is represented here and the lowest value represented here, right? And okay, so you can also drag more values if you want to populate it more. So right now it's only showing you profit. I can drag sale amount to label. I can drag profit to label. So now it's showing us three values. Profit is already there, right? And say profit, for example, right? And I am going to show me, right? And I I am now clicking on this packed bubble, right? Packed bubble. Okay, packed bubble. Okay, so this is how a packed bubble would look like. Now, okay, and I can maybe take, say, profit and put it on the labels. I can, right? So it's the size of the bubble is corresponding to the value of the Meyer, and these are the color combinations. Okay, so the disadvantage with the packed bubble is, so this is packed bubble. Okay, so this is a packed bubble. Shruti, is it clear? So I've just taken. Okay, I'll just clear this off. Let me redo this. So I'm taking, say I'll take a smaller value, right? I'll take a, say, consumer. Okay, customer segment. Let's take something different. Customer segment, and I'm taking, say, profit. Okay, and I'm just click. So this is active for me. I just click on this. So this is what I get. This is what is called a packed bubble. This one, the packed bubble. I can drag, say, profit and put it on labels, so that this profit is also reflected. The advantage. So right now we are able to see all the circles clearly. In the earlier one, since there were more categories, so your some circles did not have value, right? You can actually put it in an entire view, so that it takes the center shape. So this is how you can control this, give it entire view, right? And this is the color legend. So consumer blue, corporate orange, home office. Okay, so this is a packed bubble. This is called a packed bubble. Okay, I'm moving ahead now. So now I'll show you a few more graphs, which are which sort of single univariate graphs. Okay, so let me explain what does that mean. So let me show you say the histogram first, right? Histogram. So I take. Does anyone understand what is a histogram? Does anyone understand what is a histogram? So this is a histogram, right? This shape is a this is what is a histogram, and it needs only one measure. This histogram needs only one measure, right? One measure. So I've just dragged one measure here. Okay. Now for this, I'll have to okay, and just click on this histogram. So this is histogram. Anyone who can explain me what this is showing, or what the histogram, what is it representing? Anyone who wants to try? Okay, let's. Yeah, you want to, anyone who wants to try what is a histogram and what is it showing? So we have created a histogram for the quantity variable. I can do it for profit. So let me clear this off. I can create it for profit, for example. So I'm taking only one measure and creating a histogram for that. Okay, so this is a histogram for the profit. Okay, and I am able to say profit bin. I am just able to, I want to change the bin size. So I go to edit. I'm able to change the bin size. Say if I say for example, I say 500. So each, okay, so now each bar is representing say 500 range, a bin size of 500. I change it to say 1500 so that it becomes more broader. Edit. I change it to say 1500. Okay, so this is, so anyone who wants to try or just make a guess, what is a histogram? No one. Okay. See, histogram is a representation where you have the count. So you always have frequency on the y-axis, right? This is a frequency, and these are the different bins. So this is a one bin. This is the other bin. This is a third bin, right? So this now what this tells you is that the count, the number of items, the number of items which have profit from 0 to 1k. Okay, the profit from 0 to 1k. Okay, this is a, so about 6754 transactions represent the profit of between 0k to 1k. Okay, so this bar is a bin, is a gives you the bin size. So this each bit is 1k difference, right? So from 1k to 2k, so this is 1k, this is 2k. So between 1k and 2k, you have 753 profit entries. Okay, from 0 to 5k, 0 to, sorry, 3k, 2 to 3k, you have 349 entries. So this is a sort of, this also tells you about the shape of the data. This also tells you about the frequency of the data of each and after converting this into bins. Okay, suppose let's also look at the quantity bin. I am creating a new sheet, quantity histogram. So I'm just saying quantity, and this histogram gets active. So I'm just clicking on histogram. It's giving me the histogram. Okay, and now it's a quantity bin, right? And each, so if I have to see the bin size as of now, edit. So it's saying 6.3. So I'll just change it to say 10, for example, right? I'm changing it to 10. Bin size is 10. Okay. Okay. So now this bin is corresponding to 0 to 10, right? This bin is corresponding to 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, likewise, right? And on the y-axis, we are seeing the frequency. So what this means is that uh, from 0 to 10, 0 to 10, right? You have the frequency of 1253 items. Okay. So between 0 to 10 quantity, you have 1253 items. Okay. So similarly here, if you have the 90, so 90 order corresponds to the 112 orders only. So there were 90 such items where your quantity order is 90, and the total such items are 112. Between 90 to 100, between 90 to 100, okay, between 90 to 100, you had 112 quantities sold, right? 112. So between say 80 to 90, you had 100, 201 number of quantities which were sold. Okay. Similarly, from say more than 100, between 100 to 110, you only had 34 orders. Did you get this? So histogram always tells you the frequency versus the bin size. You can change the bin size the way I told you. So you can, so this, since this is a quantity bin. So the moment I create a bin, you have this quantity bin field which comes automatically in the measure area. You go to this quantity bin, right click, say edit, and you can change the size of the bin the way you want. So size of bin, so I can make it say 8. Okay. Now I say 8 and okay. Now you see the bin size has changed. Now it's no more 10. It's at 8. Okay. This the 8, 10 has shifted to right. 10 has shifted to right. So if I make it 10, right, then you see it'll become broader. It'll become bit broader. So this is a histogram. So histogram can be created for any measure, right? So for histogram, you just need a measure and a single measure, a single column, single measure. You will be able to create a histogram, and it always tells you the frequency of the different class intervals or bins in that particular measure. Okay. So the next one is, let's create a box plot. Okay, anyone who understands what is box plot? So I can, again, I just need one measure, say quantity, right? And so to create a box plot, I'll first need to convert this sum into different values. Okay, sum into different values. Okay, so I need distinct values which comprises of this quantity. Uh, for this, I'll have to go to analysis. I'll say aggregate marks. Okay, I remove this checkbox, aggregate marks. I remove this checkbox. Okay, I go to show me and I click on this box plot. So this is what is the box plot. This is what is the box plot. Okay. Now, if you just hover this on this box plot, so this 32, right? This middle line is showing you the median. This middle line is showing you the median. So median means, so anyone who understands what is median? What is median? So if I have, say, a set of data, say maybe age of different, say 10 people, then what would median reflect? What would median reflect? Okay, so you're saying please repeat. Okay, so what is that you want me to repeat? Middle value. Okay, no, uh, no, it's not a middle value, Ayushi. It's middle value once after you arrange the series into ascending order. Yeah, sorting. Yes, 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 sorting. So, so what does that mean? So, suppose if I have 10 numbers and I want to find the median, the first step would be that I would need to arrange that series into a increasing order, into ascending order, and then whatever comes in the middle is called a median. Okay, then whatever comes in the so median effectively divides your data series into two different parts, two equal parts. Okay, and the point where it we cut that we cut we the point where it divides, that point is called a median. Okay, similarly uh, we have something called q1 and q3. Okay, we have this q1 and q3. So lower hinge is median is equal to 32. Here your lower hinge is 16. So this is your 16. This is this lower line. This line is 16. So this is showing you the cut at the 25th, at the 1/4 level. So you can divide your series into two parts. You can divide your series into four parts, right? So 1/4, half, 3/4, full, right? So if you're dividing your series into 1/4, you're making one cut at the 1/4 level. So that is what is called this lower hinge, Q1, lower hinge. Okay, so this is the cut at, so lower hinge value corresponds to 16. This is your the upper one. This is the 3/4 cut. This is the cut at the 3/4 level, which is called Q3, and here it is called upper hinge. Okay, lower whisker is your lowest value in the data, and the this is the maximum value in the data. So we have plotted this quantity as a box plot now. So we have 8,399 different quantities which are there in the part in our data. Now we have created. Then we took all the quantities, we converted them into a ascending order, and then we based on after that we have created a box plot. So, right, so this box plot is representing, telling us that 32 in the middle you have a 32 quantity, at the 3/4 cut you have a 51 quantity, at the 1/4 cut you have a 17 quantity. Minimum order quantity is 1. Minimum order quantity is 1, right, lower whisker, and the upper order quantity is 104, 10 uh, 103 upper. So is this clear, box plot? So I can create multiple box plots category wise. So if I say, for example, I just drag, say, product category into color. No, not color. Okay. Okay. I've just dragged this product category order date in column. So Vishri, so what is that you are referring to? In box plot? No, no. So category in columns. Category in columns. Okay. So I've taken product category and I've put it in columns. So now this is representing to me the different quantities. This is a box plot for the different product categories which we have, right? So we what three product categories we have: furniture, office supplies, and technology, right? So we have three box plot now corresponding to each product category, right? And this is showing you that corresponding to furniture, these are the items. Corresponding to uh, office supplies, these are the items. Corresponding to technology, these are the items. Okay, and you see for the median for the furniture is now 32. For the technology it is 32, and for office supplies it is 33. Okay, so median is different for these three categories. The these are the Q1, Q2 upper hinges. These are the lower hinges. Now, one thing you have to observe here is that these are showing 2 points here, right? 105, 109, and these are showing at dots beyond this upper whisker. So these are the outliers. So these are the outliers, right? These points which is showing is the are the outliers. Okay, outliers mean the extreme values in the data. Extreme values in the data. Values which are too away from the which are too extreme. Odd values. Okay. So this is your box plot. I'm moving ahead. So I think we have not done this pie chart. Okay, so let me show you one more. Now I'm showing you the scatter plot. Okay, rename scatter plot. Okay, so scatter plot is always done for two measures. So scatter plot is always done for two measures. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm creating. I'm saying, say I want to create a scatter plot, say for a sales amount and say profit, like two measures. Okay, and I'm getting 1 point here, right? So the way it is happening is sales amount is y-axis, profit is x-axis. Now this is one value because this is sum. This value corresponds to sum of sale amount and sum of profit. So this is showing you one value only, right? So how do you plot all the values? So if I have to plot all the values, then I go to analysis. I remove this aggregate marks, and now what I'm seeing is the scatter plot. This is a scatter plot, right? Now, so this has pointed all the points, taking profit into x axis and sales amount into y axis. Okay, so this is the scatter plot. This plot shows us the correlation between profit and sales amount. Do you understand what is correlation? Okay, so the way we can understand is that so if you move to right, so and if you move to right on the profit, you will have to move to the top. You have to move up on the sales amount, right? So so the way it is representing is that if this profit is increasing, your sales amount is increasing, right? Or if your sales amount is increasing, your profit is increasing. So this is a positive correlation, right? This is a positive correlation. That means the two values are positively correlated. Positively correlated means that they if one increases, the other increases. If and it could also be that if one decreases, the other decreases. So this is a positive correlation. Now, if there are two measures, if they behave like if one is increasing, other is decreasing, then it becomes a negative correlation. So your negative correlation will always be shown like this, right? So this is a correlation chart. I can choose to say divide it into say categorize into say by way of say product category. For example, I just say product category and draw it into colors. Now you see there are three different points which you're getting, right. Furniture, the blue color corresponds to the furniture, the red corresponds to technology, and uh, the orange corresponds to office supplies. Okay, so let me okay. Here also you can draw a trend line. So this is what is the trend line, right? The blue one. So they are seeing three trend lines here because of the three different categories. I'm removing the product category. Okay, I'm removing the product category. Now you are seeing only one trend line, right, which is correspond to sales amount and profit, and this trend line is corresponding to this trend line is actually showing you the prediction, right? It's showing you the prediction. It's showing you this best fit line, the equation of this best fit line, right? It's showing you that sale amount. This is how this is related, how sales amount and profit are related. So this on the tooltip you are able to see that equation. So sale amount is equal to 1.90531 into profit plus 172. Okay, so this is how you so the people who understand linear regression would know that this line is a prediction line. Any point on this line, if I may, so this line is actually best estimate for the all the points which we are seeing here. Okay, let's move ahead. So maybe I'll take 5 to 10 minutes more just to complete this, because we lost quite a lot of time today with the uh, downtime which we had. So is that okay with you? 10 minutes, does this work with you? Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, so let me show you one more map, one more visual. So I'm saying let me take state. Okay, and let me take, say, sale amount. Okay, and now you see your map. This map is also active. Okay, so I've taken one state and one sale amount. So you see the for the map, for creation of the map, you are seeing one geo. So if you click on this, if you just hover your mouse on this map here, you will see that it's telling you that you need one geographic field, right? One geo field, one geo. Okay, so here the state is a geo field, right? So I've taken state as one measure, as one dimension, sorry, and I've taken sales amount as a measure, right? And I'm getting this. This is automatically active now. So I'm just clicking in on the this uh, middle one. Just click on the middle one. Okay, you got the screen like this. Okay, now you will have this 13 unknown written here. Okay, so there's some issue. So let's click on this 13 unknown. Okay, you'll get this edit locations. Now the state, the country mentioned here is India. So I'll change it to, so this actually all these states belong to Canada. So I'm changing this to Canada. Okay, just come out. It's still showing you one unrecognized. So let's click on this one unrecognized. You'll see a drop down, right? So this is a Saskatchewan, right? So so instead of this, you have to select this Saskatchewan. Just say OK, and all your unknowns would go. Okay, so now this is a geo map. This is a representation of a geo map. Now you can actually okay, so you can uh, take drag state and put it on the label. So you'll find that the states are mentioned on the graph now. You can drag sales amount and put it on the label, right? Now uh, drag your cost amount and put it on the tooltip. Tooltip, okay, tooltip, not the label, tooltip. So I'm putting it on the tooltip, and I'm putting profit also and dragging it into the tooltip. So now if you see that if I hover my mouse, say on Northwest Territories, I'm able to see the cost amount, sales amount, and profit, all three. Right. Similarly, okay. Now this color is default, which is given by Tableau on its own. So we can change the color. So I can go to this, edit colors. I can change this to, say, red, green, gold diverging, apply. Okay. And this is a color legend which I have selected. So the green ones correspond to the high sales. So we clearly know that Ontario has given us the maximum sales, which is about 4078323, and these red ones have given the lower sales 7939. Nunavut has given you only the sale of 167. Similarly, Newfoundland is 138. Okay. So this is called geo map. This is called geo area map. Okay. I'm renaming it as geo area map. Okay. Geo area map. Is everyone clear on this? So for geo area map, you need one geo field dimension and one measure, and you see that gets active, and then you can just label it the way you want. Uh, if you if you label the thing, then it will be shown in the main diagram. But if you put it on the tooltip, it will be appear in the tooltip. It will appear in the tip whenever we hover our mouse. So the tooltip is moving with my mouse. Okay. If I want to rearrange this tooltip, I'll have to. Okay. So right now, cost amount, sales amount, and profit. So if I want to just now this order is okay. If I just want to say interchange cost amount and sale amount, so I'll have to just uh, drag this state. Drag this. This is a tooltip. Okay. I will have to just drag this here to here. Okay. I'll have to just drag this down. So now you see my profit, sale amount is coming on the top and profit is coming down. Okay. So let's create one more map visual. This is your I'll call it point map, geo point map, rename. I take the same values for this geo point. So I take state and I take sales amount. Okay, and I then go to show me. I see that this geo point map, symbol map as is written here. This is a so I select this. Okay. Now it's showing the points corresponding to those areas. So this is called a point map. Now I can choose to take sales into the label. I can take the name of the state to the label. Right. I can interchange the position from here. So now state is represented on the top and the value in the down. If I want to show the other values on the tooltip, I'll have to carry those in the tooltip. So I drag and put cost amount on the tooltip. I carry say profit on the tooltip. Okay, now you see my tooltip has 3 different measures. If I want to change the color, so okay, state to color. So this here, everything will be represented by points. So I'll have to drag the state to the color. So now you see the different colors, which different colored bubbles here or circles, and the size of the bubble corresponds to the. I can actually take sales amount to size. Okay, now your bubbles really represent the size corresponding to the sales amount. Is okay. So this is geo point map. It's just a different representation. So you can choose to, in terms of information representation, it's the same. Okay. Okay. Let me show you one more visual. So this is called dual axis chart. I'm just renaming it and renaming it, and I'm saying that it's a dual axis chart. Okay, so dual axis, let me first create it, and then I'll explain this to you. So I take, say, order date, for example, on the x-axis. I take sales amount on the y-axis, and I take profit on the y-axis. Right? I So I get these two lines. Okay, I get these two lines, which are, I convert this into a dimension. Okay, I get these two lines, right? Sale amount and profit. Okay, now I go to profit and I say dual axis. Okay, this is how it, now I'm getting dual axis, two axis. Now I go to this sale amount and convert this into a bar. Okay, and I go to profit, right click, and I say, okay, I just right click here, and I just say synchronize axis. Okay, so this is the dual axis chart, where you find that there are two axes here. This is a sales amount, this is one axis, y axis, this is another axis, profit, and they have the same scale, right? Your bar graph represents the cost amount, sorry, the bar represents the sale amount, and the this line represents the profit. Okay, so this is called a dual axis chart because it has two different axes on the same x-axis. Are we? Do you want me to do it again for you? Okay. Okay. So let's repeat the steps. Let's repeat the steps. So I'm just doing it again. So, and just have a look. So dual axis chart, right? So I've taken order date on the x-axis. So dual axis represents two different measures against one dimension. Okay. So let's create a base. Let's first create a two-line chart. Two-line chart. Okay. So how do you do that? Order date, and you take two measures for which you want to create a line. So I'm taking sales amount and profit. Okay, so, and I convert this. Okay, and I just swap this. Okay, so you are getting two lines. One is corresponding to sale, and other is coming looking at as profit. Okay, so now you want to create a dual axis chart where you want to have sales amount as a bar and profit as a dual axis. So you have to first select dual axis chart here. So go to profit pill. It's showing you the option of dual axis. Just click on that dual axis. Okay, now you have dual axis shown to you, right? So profit is showing from 0 to 3000. Your sales is showing from 0 to 6M. Okay, now as the next step, you have to so you have to convert this convert this sales into the bar. Okay, so how do you do that? So you select sale here, right? You select that sale entry here, some sale, and change this automatic to bar. Okay, so you have a bar which is representing the sale, and line is there which represents the profit. Okay, now the point is that this is the scale of 6 million, 0 to 6 million, and this is a scale of 0 to 300k. So that is why your line is coming at the top. So you have to synchronize the axis. So you go to this profit axis, right click, you have this option of synchronize axis. Now your profit is synchronized with the profit. Now your sales amount is synchronized with the profit, and you are getting the dual axis chart. Okay. Okay, fine. Great. So I think for today's thing, let's close the session here. Uh, we have covered, just to quickly review as to what all have we done. So we have done we have done this heat map, we have done this highlight map, we have done this symbol map, we have done this area map. We have not done this pie chart, so let me quickly do that. Okay, so I'm just creating a new pie chart. So I'm just taking, say, for example, one category, say customer segment, and I'm taking, say, profit, right? So you already have this pie chart active. Just click on this pie chart. So it's coming at the side. So I'm just saying entire view. Okay, so this is your pie chart. Now you can label it by dragging your customer segment into label and profit into label. Okay, so this is how you get a pie chart. Then we did bar chart. We did bar three types: normal bar, then your stacked bar and clustered side by side bar. So this is your stacked bar. This is your side by side bar. Tree map. Circle is again. So it will just give you the output in terms of circles. If you create a bar, it will not represent it as a bar. It will show it as a circles. Then you have this line chart, right? So we saw that how can you create a line chart in different graphs, or maybe one line chart which is called a multi-line chart. For that you have to use this marks option and not the just hang on. Okay, not the this option here, line, right? And from the multi-line chart you can create this area chart, right? Then we saw this dual combination chart. So we have not used this option, we have used the dual axis option. For the dual axis chart, I've shown you that dual axis, so whichever measure you want to create a dual axis, just you have this option dual axis here. So we have used this dual axis option. Then you have a scatter plot which shows the correlation. Scatter plot is always done between two measures. This is a histogram. This is only done for only one measure. So any measure you can create a histogram. This is a box plot which is again done for one measure. This is your Gantt chart. Okay, so Gantt view. Let's quickly do this and this bullet graph. So let me give you this as a home task. Okay, just try this out. Gantt view. It's mentioned that it needs one date and one or more dimension. And this bullet graph, this again is two measures only. So just try these two and take it as a home task. And then we have done a packed bubble. We have done a packed bubble. Okay, so these are the basic charts and graphs which you can create using Tableau. Now, so we close the session here today. In the next session, we would cover dashboards. How do you create dashboards? Do you create storyboards? And we'll also get into more analytics in the next two sessions. Okay. So you will hear the schedule. You will get the schedule, and accordingly we would take it further. Any question or clarification for today? If you have, you can ask it now. Okay, so if there's nothing, then let's so we're closing. So yeah, bye to all. Okay, bye. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, let's